हिंदुस्तान को बचाने के लिए, हिंदुस्तान के हर नागरिक को बचाने के लिए, आपको बचाने के लिए, आपके परिवार को बचाने के लिए आज रात 12 बजे से घरों से बाहर निकलने पर पूरी तरह पाबंदी लगाई जा रही है। अब से कुछ ही मिनट बाद भारत में दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा टीकाकरण अभियान शुरू होने जा रहा है। टीका लगते ही आप असावधानी बरतने लगें, मास्क निकाल कर रख दें, 2 गज की दूरी भूल जाएं, ये सब मत करिएगा।
These two announcements by PM Modi, close to a year apart, are the testament of India's massive lockdown and the end of their wait for a vaccine. As India completes 1 year of life in a lockdown and working from home, here are some key moments from past year. The first indication that the novel coronavirus would reach Indian shores came at the end of January 2020, a month after it was first reported in Wuhan.
This is big breaking news coming in, and this is very, very worrying for India. One positive case of the coronavirus has been detected. It has been detected in Kerala.
But by the time March rolled around, India recorded its first death from COVID-19. On March 12, a 76-year-old man from Kalaburgi, Karnataka, who had a travel history to the Middle East, became the first fatality due to COVID-19 in India. Then came the big decision to put India under lockdown. The decision was praised as a bold one and the only available solution to curb the spread of the infection. But it had a devastating impact on the informal sector of the economy. The lockdown stranded thousands of migrant workers in Delhi who were struggling to survive while taking the long route home, while others were living their life on the road, queuing for handouts and risking mass infections. Although citizens largely stayed at home, there were many who broke the curfew and were severely punished. There were other methods that the police resorted to keep people in line. But despite all the efforts of authorities, a gathering of Tablighi devotees in Delhi led to India's first cluster outbreak.
One center in Delhi has now become the epicenter for not just a cluster outbreak but for a possible community outbreak across India.
The first lockdown came and went, but there was no sign of COVID-19 cases reducing. In fact, cases in India kept rising.
We are over 9,000 cases now. The worry seems to be this, the rate of addition of new cases. We're adding 700 plus, and that number seems to be hovering around that figure. We need to bring that down to single digits. Again, the problem areas, the problem states, you can take a look at the states that are over 1,000 cases. Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Delhi.
Maharashtra in particular was worrying given its high population density and the rapid spread of the virus in slum areas. Amidst the gloom and doom, there were a few good Samaritans. One of them, actor Sonu Sood, emerged as a real-life hero. Soon India was facing the devastating impact of COVID-19 lockdown on the economy, and so India announced a limited unlock in June. But despite precautions, India crossed a grim milestone even as the cases continued to rise.
Big day today, India crossing the 10 lakh mark. Only the third country in the world to have 10 million cases. Remember, the active cases right now are inching close to that 3.5 lakh mark. 34,000, almost 35,000 cases added over a 24-hour period. That again is a new high in terms of the daily infections. The number of deaths also going past 25,000 today. 687 again is a new record for the number of deaths.
By August, India started limping back to normalcy as most local businesses were up and running in India. September brought the news Indians were waiting for. India had surpassed its peak as the active cases began to fall in India. With cases in India taking a nosedive, the focus now shifted towards vaccination. Global vaccine makers rushed with their research and trials to perfect the COVID-19 vaccine. India too saw a glimmer of hope with the Serum Institute of India's tie-up with AstraZeneca and Bharat Biotech to develop India's indigenous vaccine against COVID-19. November saw a flurry of activity on the vaccine end, with several vaccines reporting over 90% efficacy in their phase 3 trials. By the end of the year, UK became the first country to approve the emergency use of Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine against COVID-19 and started the inoculation drive in the nation.
We've spent months preparing for this moment. We've pre-ordered 100 million doses, and from Monday, the NHS will deploy it far and wide according to clinical need, not ability to pay.
Meanwhile, a new variant of COVID-19 originated in the UK was detected in India. The new variant, according to the UK government, was 77% more transmissible. Soon cases in the UK began to rise due to the new variant of COVID-19. The new year brought new hopes as India began the world's largest vaccination drive.
ये अभियान कितना बड़ा है, इसका अंदाज आप सिर्फ पहले चरण से ही लगा सकते हैं। दुनिया के 100 से भी ज्यादा ऐसे देश हैं जिनकी संख्या 3 करोड़ से कम है, और भारत वैक्सीनेशन के अपने पहले चरण में ही 3 करोड़ लोगों का टीकाकरण कर रहा है।
After the vaccination drive began in India, it next focused on philanthropic efforts and began sending the COVID-19 vaccine to countries around the world with a message of friendship. By early February, India had managed to reduce its active cases tally to below 140,000 cases. But starting February 11, the number of active cases were on the rise again. Experts point towards a vaccine hesitancy among people and flouting of COVID-19 norms. While the opposition parties questioned the approval of Bharat Biotech vaccine, PM Modi took his first shot of Made in India Covaxin to instill confidence and encourage people to go out and take their vaccines. But just a week before the first anniversary of the lockdown, Maharashtra government announced a lockdown in Nagpur due to the growing cases of COVID-19 in the state.
Nagpur will be in lockdown mode from the 15th of March to the 21st of March. So only essential services will be allowed is what we are picking up.
The fight against coronavirus is far from over, but people are often seen in public without the mask and not following the COVID-19 norms. So far, India has managed to administer just over 4 crore doses of vaccine. If people don't follow the guideline, then yet another year in lockdown could become a reality.